And we are following breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ ahead of UFC 274, where lightweight champ Charles Oliveira has failed to make weight, meaning he will now be stripped of his title. This was the first weigh-in. He came in at 155.5. They did give him extra time to try to lose the half pound. However, he was not able to do it, set ahead of his fight with Justin Gaethje. Let's welcome the guys behind the Morning Combat podcast. We have Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell here. Your reaction, I wish we could have gotten it live before we actually came on air, because stunning. BC, we'll start with you, that this has unfolded.
Yeah, this is a major, major disappointment. Charles Oliveira had turned around his career, not that this ends his career by any means, but to lose his championship on the scale and not in the octagon is something that you can't do at this level. Unfortunately for Oliveira, it was the 5th time as a professional, but first time at this weight division, 155, since moving up from featherweight, became the champion on a 10-fight win streak, was really starting to put together a resume of finishing dangerous elite fighters that I don't want to say was getting historical, but it was getting attention. And now, Luke, to lose like this, at this point in his career, it can't happen.
This is a disaster. I mean, let's just be clear about it. This is a straight-up disaster, because now he will lose 20% of his purse, and if he loses, he gets half of his pay, and then on top of it, he'll be fined 20% of his purse for missing this. You lose the belt on the scales. You got to understand something. This is not boxing where there's 4 sanctioning bodies, so you could lose one and potentially get in line for another one. Obviously, that's not so easy either, but in the UFC, losing your belt on the scales in all likelihood means you will not ever get it back. It is very, very, very difficult to do. So it is reputationally damaging. Who knows what that will mean for tomorrow? This is all bad news for Charles Oliveira.
And Gaethje can win the championship Saturday night. Oliveira can't.
Right.
Obviously, if Oliveira is still able to win, he could get himself back in the title picture, but the stain from this is going to be hard to overcome. Also, this calendar year, UFC fighters that missed weight are 1-6 the next day inside the cage. Something to watch closely with Oliveira.
You guys mentioned it, like he's missed weight a couple times before. He used to fight at 145, now at 155. Luke, I mean, a lot of times when fighters move up, it's easier for them to make that weight. They don't have to cut as well. Sometimes they're walking around closer to their normal weight here. Should this have been a problem for him? I mean, are you stunned that this has happened?
Listen, you do need to be somewhat understanding of fighters. Sometimes they'll have injuries, like let's say they twist their ankle, and that means they can't do road work to get the extra weight off. That is a real thing. But I got to just tell you, if you're a UFC lightweight champion, I'm not really ready to accept any excuses. You're not allowed to have any. You are supposed to be the guiding light in that entire division. You have to be professional. You have to find a way. It is not acceptable to miss weight like this. And for folks who may not understand, if this was a non-title bout, they give you a 1-pound allowance. You could be 156, for example, with no issue. But this is a title bout. You're the reigning and defending champion, and now you surrender your belt on the scales because you didn't manage your weight well enough for whatever reason to be a half pound over. It is inexcusable at this level.
Yeah, this isn't comparable to a younger fighter who just grows out of a division. You know, this has been a weight class in which Oliveira has made weight every time, has that extra cushion compared to having to make 145 in the past. He did not look good on the scales either time. Had to derobe to try to make this. You do have to believe physically it's something that is a concern going into this fight just the same. But reputationally, look, it's like he had a romantic storybook kind of turnaround. I'm not saying this devalues that, but this is the exact opposite of the type of respect he was finally getting for what he's accomplished. Now it's sort of a self-induced error.
Quick note, if I may, just on top of that, he was kind of seen as a little bit flaky at 145 because he would miss weight and sometimes fights would just collapse under him. Part of going to 155 was not just getting to a better weight class, as BC indicated, but he's been on this incredible win streak at a better, healthier weight. He looked bigger. He was putting all of those problems behind him. Justin Gaethje's been talking about the fact this guy used to quit. Yeah, he did at 145. We thought all those problems were behind him, and here is the weight cutting, the inability to miss weight problem once again. What will it mean for Saturday? I don't know, but this is the old Charles Oliveira, which we thought was gone.
So let's talk about Saturday night. He's going to try to get healthy in the next 24 hours, but this is going to be weighing over his head there. Not sure how fans are going to react to it. BC, give us a preview then of what we can now expect on Friday with all of this happening today. Or Saturday, sorry.
Yeah, this certainly adds more more questions to the Oliveira side about how he'll look physically, but on paper, separate from the weight miss, this is as good of a fight as you can make in this entire sport. Two absolute savages, finishers at the elite level. Charles Oliveira got to this point because he seizes the opportunity. He has the most finishes, most submissions in UFC history, and he has found a way to round out his game that when you put that dangerous level of striking and grappling up against somebody as tough as Justin Gaethje, who's as battle-tested as anyone, this could be a fight of the year contender regardless of the scales here.
No doubt about it. I mean, both guys are incredible finishers in lots of different ways. Justin Gaethje getting it mostly obviously done with his striking. Charles Oliveira, though, a huge, like maybe the best submission threat in UFC history. Not saying he has the best jiu-jitsu, but in terms of how he makes it work in MMA, yeah, you could probably make that claim. And then you add on top of the fact at 155, he is bigger, he is stronger, and his striking has come a long way. Please don't misunderstand me. Even if we're saying that this was unprofessional, and it was, he is still a super elite fighter. He has been in this position because he earned it. What will mean for tomorrow in terms of the weight miss, I don't know. But Justin Gaethje has to be, I personally feel like, a little bit disciplined in his attack. Although I got to say, now that he's missed weight, maybe putting some pressure on this guy is really going to make him fold a little bit easier than normal, given what happened today.
Bet the under is what you're saying. Bet the under.
Maybe so.
And according to reports, first time in UFC history, a champ has lost the title on the scale there, just to show the magnitude of what has now happened. Guys, thanks so much. These are the two men behind the Morning Combat podcast, taking a look at the UFC 274 main card. You see that title fight there. Again, Charles Oliveira not making weight. He missed it by half a pound. They gave him more time to try to lose that half pound. He was unable to do it, so he will be stripped of his title, but the fight does go on. And for more from BC and Luke, make sure to download the Morning Combat podcast. They will go in depth about what has unfolded today and, of course, get you ready for your weekend full of fights. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.